me, it's a massive fight. The occasion's going to be good, big. I'll just keep it normal. When the bell goes, I'm just thinking about where my positioning in the ring and what the punches that I need to throw, how he shapes up his body. So more technical.
Well, I've said from day one, when you get a kid like Jamie, unless you win a world title, then you haven't done your job as a trainer. So anything less, Jamie Zayn wins a British title, don't mean nothing. Trainers go, oh, I've had a British champion, don't mean nothing. Doesn't mean nothing. With a kid like Jamie, British title means nothing. You're only doing your job with a kid like Jamie if you go out and win a world title. So if anything less than win the world title, I've failed as a trainer. That's how I see it. It's failure. So Jamie deserves nothing less than being world champion. And I think Jamie, I fully believe Jamie will be world champion, and he'll go on and he'll lift boxing in this country, because when you put the telly on, Jamie's everything you want to see. He just brings excitement. Boxing people, they're going to love him. We're in a good place. Can't wait. Really can't wait. But we're just sharpening the tools now. I'm happy where we are. But he certainly hasn't bulked up to make weight. We don't do huge weight training. We don't bulk up. There's a lot of work and a lot of smarts go into what we do with Jamie, and we haven't bulked Jamie up at all. Well, Jamie has bulked up over the years. He's just grown. It's as simple as that. He's just grown, and George will find out on October 14th just how much he has grown.
Today was really, we've done all the hard work, all the heavy lifting, all the strength work, a lot of the core work's all been done. So really we're just tying the knots, really, just trying to tweak a bit more, a bit of speed work at the top and just keeping his conditioning on point. So, that was today's session was based on. We got another session on Saturday based on speed and 2 more next week, and we're there. Yeah, Jamie has, since I've known him, has been really hard, but I've never seen him like this, and I'm not just saying this because a lot of people don't know me, I'm an honest guy, but I've never seen Jamie this fit or strong, to be honest. So people just think we say these things because he's fighting George Groves, and we have to say it, but I don't need to say anything. You can see with the guys I train that when I say they're on point, they're on point. So I'm sure he's going to prove that October 14th.
This is the epicenter of the strength conditioning, though. This is the lab, and all the conditioning, all the strength, all the speed goes through here. We're not doing as intense as we have been in the previous weeks, and we're still keeping up to a certain level. Just going to help that explosive conditioning, and it's all varies, all the training, and today that's what we participated in. Yes, very very focused this camp, and because you have to be with someone as good as George, and so making sure everything's on point and we're ready. We've been testing our limits from explosive strength, just pushing the boundaries each time, whether it be with kettlebells, med balls, machines, the tank, sledges, hammers, tyres, treadmills, anything related that benefits the boxing, Des will have on board in a regime, and it works. Yeah, I'm all ready to go 12 rounds, and yeah, whatever George brings to the table, we're preparing our best to combat that and capitalise and win the fight. It's the biggest fight I've ever had, and you know, John, Des, Tao, Kasim, the team, sponsors, and everyone. You know, I've got a good unit around me, and Dean Edwards, and you know, we know what it takes to win a world title. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm just waiting for the day.
I think you know, and I know, and John knows, and everyone knows, Jamie has no fear of any man, so, you know, and this is what we do. In here, we believe that, you know, the body achieves what the mind believes, visualise, believe, achieve, so, you know, along them lines, Jamie, you know, I think George's game plan is to get into his head, but, you know, I can pretty much put money on it, that ain't going to be a factor in this case, you know, so I've never seen him so determined in anything we've done, and, you know, so focused. You know, he's moved to Birmingham pretty much for 9 weeks, hasn't he? So, you know, I'm very good friends with Rob McCracken, and in the second fight with George Groves with Carl Froch, he made him move into like a little crappy little flat somewhere in Sheffield, you know, because they believe that that's what you have to do to become a champion. And, you know, Jamie's done the same. He's come down to Birmingham, you know, away from his family, and spent a good 10 weeks here, you know, 9-10 weeks, weekends everywhere, so, you know, he's sacrificed a lot for this fight. He's physically, mentally, you know, he's a big guy, you know. I think this is a load of rubbish where they're coming from, you know. I don't think this isn't going to be a weight issue, you know. You can look, I can see the size of Jamie, and Jamie's not a muscular bound, fake, so-called middleweight, so, you know, he's a big lad, you know, and what it is, he's physically strong, and, you know, I'm sure George and McGuigan will find this out on October 14th. I'm not just saying this, he'll be a world champion October 14th, in my opinion.
I've been in the gym about 3-4 times a week with Jamie, working on runs, strength work, swimming, pushing him to the limits really. He does love his training. Look, he's a machine himself, as I say. The best shape he's ever been in. Like, I've known him for about 12 months, training with him like the odd couple of times in the past, but this camp, he's just been switched from the week 1 of training camp to I think we're like week 10, 11 now. His shape, the size of him, like his core, just everything is just falling into place nicely for fight night. He's in the zone, as they say. I think he's just mentally driven to win that world title on the 14th of October. I think obviously, I'm going to go with Jamie all the way. You know, there's no doubt about it. Like, his training's gone well. I've seen some of the sparring, his boxing training, everything's gone according to plan. I think George Groves is a good fighter, but as you've seen, like, steps up to the big occasion. He's been knocked back 4 times. Fought that Fedor Chudinov. To be fair, who's Fedor Chudinov? You know, when he got engaged in the war, got sucked in to the fight, and I think he's fighting Jamie COX at the right time. I think Jamie COX, he's had in the past. As I said, I've known him for about 12 months. He's had, this camp has been solely focused on winning that world title. In the past, he's been let down by previous, for whatever reason, and it's just something about him now. I think this is his time.
all we've seen with Jamie in kind of recent fights are either fantastic KOs against people that, with all due respect, probably shouldn't be in the ring with him, or slightly ill-disciplined, fights where he's been caught into a trap where people haven't wanted to come forward and box him, etc., etc. Now, is it fair to say that we'll see a completely different Jamie COX in the ring, stylistically, this time?
Yeah, well, Steve, it's like, both, the answer to both of them scenarios are really not Jamie's fault. Okay, he can be criticised for his lack of discipline and his temperament, but it's not Jamie's fault who was put in front of him. We asked for George Groves before he won the WBA title because he was a great fight stylistically, which I've already said. But rightfully George in a better position. Why would he want to fight Jamie? So we understand that. We asked for Christopher Brass when he was with Frank. It was turned down. Jason McClory, Frank's matchmaker, showed me the text. Too tough a fight. Too tough a fight. So he went and fought Rocky Fielding. Right? I don't know what the money was for it or whatnot, but that's the text Jason McClory got. Showed me. Right? So they didn't want to fight. So it's not Jamie's fault that these kids didn't want to fight him. So when Jamie had to, fight the kids that were put in front of him. Then we got Martin Fidel Rios, who's a nightmare of an opponent, absolute nightmare. But you've got to look at the factors leading up to that fight and what was going on outside of that fight and the situation Jamie was in. I've said this before. Jamie couldn't afford to get into his car and drive up to the gym. He was having to get people to do him favours to drop him to the gym. Right? He felt like he was putting on me coming to Birmingham because he had no money. The kid was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. The kid was, he was embarrassed. He couldn't live, but he's meant to go into a fight with a clear mind, and his temperament's meant to be 100%, and he's meant to be disciplined when everything around him is nothing but. How can that be expected? So he hasn't got any of them issues now. Everything's 100% around him, and if he has got lack of discipline now or lack of temperament, it's 100% down to him. And I won't be defending him if he shows lack of discipline now and lack of temperament. I won't defend him at all, but I'm confident he won't be showing lack of discipline and temperament. He's happy in himself with his, he's well prepared and well equipped now to go out and do a job, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And do a job. Yeah, he's hungry. He wants what's his. This has been his for a long time. Everybody knows Jamie's been a world champion in waiting for a long time. He is focused. And about Jamie, being under the spotlight, let's get it right. He was an ABA finalist, barely 18. He was an ABA champion, barely 18. He was a Commonwealth gold medalist at 19. So Jamie boxed on the highest platform as an amateur, and he chose to turn pro. He could have stayed amateur. He chose to turn pro. He went to Melbourne, won a gold medal out in Melbourne. The Commonwealth Games. We had a great Commonwealth Games there, didn't we? Jamie boxed on a very high standard. A very high standard as an amateur, far higher than George did. So he's on about this being big to Jamie. George has had that experience as an amateur, stepping up and boxing on the big stage. Jamie knew nothing else turning pro. He knew nothing else than boxing on the big stage. So it's not new to Jamie at all. Well, the other thing is Jamie's 24-0. Let's forget about who he's boxed. He's 24-0. Alright? Now Christopher Brass, George didn't look too great against him. And he'll give his reasons for not looking too great against him, because he'd come off the back of a loss to Carl Froch or whatever. The fact is, George has lost 3 times. He's tasted defeat. He was on his way to losing against Chudnov. Fact. He's going in with an unbeaten fighter. Right? They've struggled to get up for fights recently because they've meant nothing. That's no disrespect to the kids in front of him, but the fights have meant nothing to him. Right? George is give Jamie an opportunity to fight for the WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Right? I talk about give a dog a bone. Right? George made a big mistake. Big mistake. Now we're going to see the best of Jamie because he's got something to get his teeth into. Well, I've got 100% Jamie COX in the gym. The kid's on fire. Ask anybody, any trainer that's been in my gym watching Jamie sparring, ask any of them that know Jamie and know George Groves, and they'll tell you what they think. So George can keep talking, and we'll just turn up to the job. He's in a great place. He's happy, so we should see him. No more issues with his temperament. I think you'll see Jamie happy at work, and you'll see the best Jamie COX. He's a much happier lad today. Still crackers, but he's a much happier lad today than he's happier now than when I first seen him turn pro. 100% he's happier now.
And what's your pre-fight routine? So talk to us through, after you've weighed in, and then the day of the fight. How do you see that panning out for you this time around?
It's the same faces around me, my team, my friends, and might get a stretch off from a physio that we work with, Kasim Shah. Food, hydrated. Then we go to then that's it. Straight to when we're ready. A couple hours before, go to the dressing room, get ready, get prepared, get the hands wrapped, warm up, and get the gloves on. Let's go.
Do you feel nerves?
Yeah, always the same. A little bit of sharp nerves, but nothing more than anyone else. It's a very big fight, and I'm well aware of what needs to be done, the work, in order to beat someone of Georgia's standard, and I'm taking it serious. I'm ready to be there, fight every second of every round. I'm more than ready for this fight. This is the big one, and I'm well aware of the opportunity that's in front of me, and I'm ready to go out there and win it. I'm looking forward to putting on a great show and win the world title at Wembley.